Alright guys, so I want to talk about a little bit about bodybuilding and some thoughts I have on it. Going into my prep, coming in to the end of this year, which is when my show is. So yesterday I was watching a bit of the Pittsburgh Pro, and I was watching Nick Walker and what's his name, Derek Lunsford pretty much dominate. But then there's this other guy that was named Martin. And obviously these dudes are on steroids. We all know Nick Walker is absolutely drenched in steroid juices. Alright, that motherfucker is huge. But obviously the Pittsburgh Pro, everyone's on gear. And I'm natty and I'm looking at this, I'm like, damn, there really is levels to this shit. And I'm like, I'm never gonna get to that level. But I'm like, duh, motherfucker, because I'm not gonna take steroids and I never will take steroids, right? And at the same time, this is the best of the best doing steroids. And then, after watching it later, I go on watch Will Tennyson's video on how he became a pro natural bodybuilder, right? So it was first competition ever, and I'm looking at his physique, right? And he's natural. And I'm looking at his physique and the people he's competing with, and I'm like, yes, obviously he got a physique good enough to be pro. I'm not shaming anything, right? But I was like, damn, it's low-key possible, because I was looking at the other people's physiques, and I'm like, look, first of all, I've never even got into that percentage body fat. I've never even been that shredded, right? But simply by looking at these people's frames and their muscle size and their proportions, I was like, if I really do dedicate myself and actually try fully and fucking do this shit to the fucking max, I can win a bodybuilding show. Obviously I'm not saying I'm out here, I'm trying to be fucking Chris Bumstead fucking level shit. No, I'm gonna be natty for life, because I feel like it's more impressive to do things as a natural and be number one as a natural than it is to anything else, right? Second of all, obviously, first of all, I don't even know where to buy them. Don't even know how it works technically. And I do not want any of the health repercussions. If I ever do anything, it's when I'm in my 40s and I'll take TRT just to stay fucking jacked as fuck. But when I see these videos, when I saw the video of Will Tennyson, right, and the people's physiques, I was like, that's attainable. And then I was looking at myself, and how I've been, talking about my build and how I think the potential is good. And then today, while I was at the gym, I was just flexing. I was like, my shoulder to waist ratio is pretty good at a high percentage body fat. And I'm telling you, once I V-taper down, because my shoulders, when I do the pose, they really flare out, and it's I don't know, to me, it literally looks like a perfect statue. And that's coming from someone with incredible body dysmorphia that fucking hates the way he looks. So I'm like, I can really do this. And I'm looking at my quads, and I can position them well. And obviously, I've already written down a lot of the things that I got to work on, and the things that accentuate, certain parts of my body. I need to work on my quad sweep that I used to have, because I don't squat as much anymore, and I don't do crazy legs like I used to, and I don't do crazy Tom Platz hack squats like I used to because of my injury. But now obviously I'm back and I can do that shit, because I recovered from my lower back herniated disc injury, which sucked. But I'm thinking, I was like, I can do this shit. I can low-key have that fucking aura. And I was looking at also even today I put this shirt on, and it's tied around this is one of my loose shirts that I always wear, the fucking Jimmy John shirts. Yeah, it's fucking dumbass Jimmy John's, but I wear it just because it's comfy and it's quick, gotta go do something type shirt, right? And then it's getting tied around my arms now, and I'm on the cut, and this is crazy, which means the new movements I'm doing is working. And I'm gonna get into my full body plan, and I'm really I was thinking today at the gym, I was like, I can really, if I really concentrate on the prep, I can do this shit good. I'm looking around in the gym, comparing myself to other people, and then I'm like, damn, these people are bigger than me from afar. Then they come closer, and I'm like, your proportions aren't that good. Obviously, these people are in better shape than me, right? Some of them. But I'm like, your proportions are not that good. Like, yes, you have a crazy physique. For some of them, you have a good physique. But, like, you are not... Like, obviously, you're just working out to work out to stay in shape. Like, you are not proportioning your shoulders, your triceps, your biceps. Like, there is, like... Everything's not good. Like, if you weren't on a show, you probably wouldn't win. Because genetically, you know, you don't have the right proportions. Or you're just not working the muscles that way. And then I'm looking at some other old dudes that's just, like, jacked as fuck. And I'm like, this dude was probably fucking crazy back in the day. But then I'm like, damn. And sometimes I feel shorter because I'm looking down, right? I'm looking down at people. But then it makes me feel shorter for some... No, it's not like I'm looking... No. Let's say they're a little shorter. I'm looking... Like, I can see the top of their head. And I'm thinking they're taller than me. Just because of the perspective, the way I'm looking at them. But then, you know, I walk by... Or they, like, walk by me. And I'm like, damn. I'm way taller than this motherfucker. And, like, I'm looking at... And then I see his muscles. And I'm like, those muscles are way smaller than my muscles. When you get a closer look, and I'm like, damn. Because sometimes I see these fucking broccoli heads, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck? This dude's fucking jacked. He's way younger than me, right? And I'm like, this is embarrassing. And then I'm like, oh wait, I'm like 6 inches taller than this dude. Next to me, his pump, because you see someone with their pump, and obviously their pump makes everything look bigger. And I'm like, even with their pump, they're smaller than me. But from afar, they look bigger, or from even a relative distance. Because in my mind, I'm criticizing myself to the maximum. So no matter if I have a crazy pump, I'm still gonna be like, I'm smaller than this dude. When in reality, I'm twice his fucking size. And I'm absolutely fucking yoked. You know what I mean? So, there's that. Well, what I'm trying to say is, like, when I watched that video, I was like, I could do this. You know, I've been going to the gym for multiple years now. I'm trying to think. I started the summer before high school, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But I started, you know, like, getting in shape. I was 4, 5, 6. I might be on my 7th to 8th year. Not bodybuilding, obviously, and just going to the gym. And when I've cut down, I've seen I got some, you know, I've already explained some like, if you go back on my channel, you see Natty Potential video, my Natty Potential. I show some pictures of when I was on my peak. And obviously, I've put way more muscle on now. And, you know, the muscles are still going to be, like, popping as they were. I just need to get to that low body fat. Obviously, that's why, you know, after 75 hard. The 75 hard was like an initial, you know, body fat loss. That's why we're down 30 pounds. Not 30 pounds, 20 pounds. And then from there, you know, do the juice cleanse, flush everything out, water cleanse, take out all that water weight, and I want to see a standing of where I am. And then after that, a whole 1 month aggressive cut. And I mean absolutely aggressive, absolutely hammering cardio, absolutely going insane in the main brain, absolutely diabolical type shit, right? And then after that, obviously we're going to see, and then we're going to do a 1 month mini bulk to freaking pack up and see how we can grow from there before, you know, I really take a toll. Because then it'll be 100 day, after I'm going to do the 100 hard, which is like, it would be my prep, 100 days of prep. And then, no, it wouldn't really be prep. No, I guess it'd be prep, and then I have a more aggressive, like 1 to 2 month prep before the shows. Like, I have a plan, but I don't want to yap too much about it. Regardless, I was thinking, I was like, obviously, I'm not trying to be a fucking Mr. Olympia, right? Natty Mr. Olympia, I don't even know if that's a thing. But I know you can be like Natty. I know there's a Natty version. But I don't know if it's called Mr. Olympia. I'm pretty sure they do that like Brian DaCosta, which I used to follow a long time ago. I'm pretty sure he's the best Natty in the world or whatever. Natty Mr. Olympia. I don't know if it's called Mr. Olympia, but whatever. I could do that. Like, my goal before all this was just be IFBB Pro, which is fine, which is completely fine. Obviously, I want to do a Natty IFBB Pro, because I never want to take gear, never. Like, If you just watch the Trent twins and you just see how they react to it and how they go crazy, or even Dr. Mike and how like the aggressiveness, like I already got problems, all right? And we're not gonna enhance the problems and double down on them with some fucking roid rage or whatever, right? Even if I was at my most peaceful era, I'd be like, the fuck do I need steroids for, right? Regardless, what the fuck was I talking about? I'd be a fucking zombie if I did that shit. But I think I can do this shit. Like if I lock the fucking, I'm not saying I'm gonna win IFBB Pro any fucking time soon. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna win my first time. You know, the first show is just to get a scale of it. That's why 2 months later I have the actual full show. After the first show, which I'm gonna count. First show is just, you know, prepping whatever. I haven't even done my posing and shit. But the second show would be like my first official show. And yeah, I think if I really lock the fuck in, man, I could do good. Like, it might take 5 years, but I think I could still be IFBB Pro. I think that'd be pretty good. Just be fucking jacked as hell, shredded as hell, IFBB Pro natty. Drug test me, motherfuckers. I'm still gonna pass because I'm a natty motherfucker. And yeah, I mean, that's the plan. And then I don't need, like, even if I'm after natty IFBB Pro, I don't know what the hell I'd do once I get my pro card. I'm saying all this as, you know, as not even being peak anything. This is not even close to any peak I've ever had in my life. But I just know I can do this shit if I lock the fucking, I know if I lock the fucking I can do this shit. Which is going to be a side thing, obviously, every time I go to the gym. But that's how we're going to see how the 1 month aggressive cut is. And then after that, you know, we're just going to go and see on how this shit can be. And I'm going to obviously start working on certain movements, like the quad sweeps, for example. I don't want to talk anything else, but, you know, I think I can go in there and just fucking destroy and look like a Greek god. Or at least, you know, at least I want to try. You know what I mean? At least I want to fucking do it and try. And there's no shame in that. I don't care if I get fucking last place. At least I did it. But I know if I'm fucking gonna do it at that point, I might as well lock the fucking and be the best and go crazy, go hard. So that's just what I want to tell you guys. You know, a little perspective that I got from watching those 2 videos. And yeah, I haven't had one of these must win mentality videos in a while, so I'll see you guys in the next one.